it just doesn't seem that that theism itself does a lot of work here. I mean, you say, you know, it's because people have rights because they are loved. They are loved by God. Well, how do you know they're loved by God? I mean, you know, you can have God the watchmaker, God the creator, but if that's, you know, if we just take a pure theism without this other stuff, it doesn't do much work for you. You have to take theism with a lot of other stuff too, which.
So once again, I don't think that all rights are grounded on this love of God for each and every permanently and so forth. Lots of rights are grounded on, lots of ordinary rights are grounded in accomplishments. So the sort of basic threshold of all human beings, but I really do want to, I want to get to those last. I want to emphasize that rights, the call for honoring the worth of people pervades our ordinary existence. It's not just these great big things in the UN Declaration. So I want to be emphatic about that. But then, of course, when I say that I think a theistic grounding of human rights is possible, obviously not any old theist, not any old understanding of God is going to qualify as providing such an account of right. So it's what I said, if this is your question, certainly does presuppose an understanding of God, absolutely. Now, tonight I didn't spell that out. David pressed me a bit on, but it sounds as if it's, you've got, a lot of your co-religionists wouldn't accept it, and he's right about that.
Right, and then we get, in order to get to human rights, we get caught up in all of that other stuff in order to get to human rights. Or perhaps we either project the argument we're trying to make about ourselves onto the category of the divine or the theological.
So let me put my answer more abstractly, or the structure of the answer. So it seems to me that the only way we're going to find a grounding for human rights is to find some sort of relation to something or other, a relation such that it does not presuppose any capacities on the part of the human being. And that's putting it as abstractly as possible. Presupposes a relationship to something, such that standing in the relationship does not presuppose capacities on the part of the human being.
Though it does presuppose human nature possesses such capacities.
Sorry?
It does presuppose a human nature that possesses those capacities.
And so then it becomes a question, what standing in relation to what being and in what kind of relation would qualify as an answer to that question? Now, standing in the relationship to the American state isn't going to qualify as no relationship we're going to come up with, even though it doesn't involve capacities on our account is going to get us there. It looks to me as if the only candidate for an answer to that formal question is God, and in standing in some such relation as loving human beings in a certain kind of way.
And even as a lapsed theist,
you're making progress, David.
Yeah, this is as any good Irishman raised Catholic and taught by Jesuits, I'm a lapsed theist who works on social justice. But in any case, I would commend the book and Nick's particular way of working out the theistic account to anybody, because it has intrinsic interest both on its own for its formal properties about these nature of bestowed worth and all the rest, which can be perfectly well generalized to other sorts of relationships, as well as real interest within the theistic conversation, which is itself a contested domain about how one would, you know, and so, you know, the lapsed theist in me finds interest. I hear echoes of conversations that I used to be part of, and the lapsed theist also sees formal properties of the discussion that really bear a great deal of continued reflection. So I'd encourage everybody to take a look at the account.
For more information about the Veritas Forum, including additional recordings and a calendar of upcoming events, please visit our website at veritas.org.